Feedback Learnex, English forever.
Welcome, members, to this week's edition of Feedback Learnex. Today, we're going to take a look at Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP. NLP is practical. It is a set of models, skills, and techniques to act, think, and feel effectively in the world. The purpose of NLP, in addition to being useful, is to increase a person's options and alternatives, improve their quality of life, as well as optimize their professional and vital performance. Why is it called Neuro-Linguistic Programming? Grinder and Bandler, the co-founders, decided to call it that because it covers three simple ideas. The Neuro Part of Nlp includes the fundamental idea that all behavior comes from our neurological process of visions, ears, smell, touch, taste, and feeling, the emotional part. We relate to the world through the five senses. We give meaning to the information and we act accordingly. Our neurology covers the invisible process of thought as well as our visible psychological reactions to ideas and events. The one is the simple reflection of the other on the physical level. Body and brain form an invisible unit, a human being. The word linguistics in the title indicates that we are language to order our thoughts and behavior, as well as to communicate with others, and with ourselves, inner dialogue. Programming refers to the ways we choose to organize our ideas or thoughts in order to produce results, the same as a computer is programmed. NLP is about the subjective experience of the human being, how he organizes what he sees, hears, and feels, how he checks and filters the external world with his senses. NLP also explores how language describes the world and how it reacts intentionally and unintentionally in order to produce results. NLP is a model, and models are supposedly useful. Why is this? Because all generalizations about people are false in some person, since each person is unique. Therefore, NLP does not claim to be objectively true. Hence, it is said to be a model. NLP has a few ideas that are basic. Number 1, failure does not exist. There are only results. Failure is just a way to describe something you didn't want. We all work perfectly producing results, and no one is devastated. Number 2, the map is not the territory it describes. Reality, the same, is perceived differently by each person. Hence, all perceptions are valid, and people can come to understand each other if they only become more flexible and accept other realities as valid. Number 3, within you are all the resources. We all have or can create the internal resources we need to achieve our goals. A person will be closer to success if he acts as if this is true than if he believes otherwise. Number 4, if someone can, you can too. You just have to do what the other person does, but adapt it to your personality and your reality. Number 5, if you always do the same thing you have always done, you will always get the same results. If what you do does not work, do something else. The more options, the more opportunities for success. Ask yourself how you can turn the situation around instead of getting caught up in the result or the effect. In life, it is essential to know what you want. The field of application of NLP is divided into two main areas, health and business, or the professional area. Within the brain, two hemispheres are also observed, the right one that governs the creative and intuitive part of the human being, and the left one that governs reason and logic. But apart from the physical functions of each of those hemispheres, there is something intangible that cannot be located through the scanner. It will be something ungraspable, but it does not stop being powerful. We refer to that energy as the mind that lives not only in the physical brain housed in the head, but also in the abdomen. Recent scientific discoveries speak of the existence of a brain in the abdominal region, a fact that they seem to have known about for a long time in the East. There is talk that a being can only find inner serenity or a state of grace when both brains are in connection when we use both. What is that about being visual, auditive, and kinesthetic? Visual is someone who uses their eyes to enter information from and about the world around them. Your brain works in pictures. When you think of something, the first thing that comes to mind is an image. They are people who speak very fast and breathe fast. They see it all. They give importance to color, and it is difficult for a visual to be poorly dressed or with colors that do not combine with each other. They may have a bad ear for languages, but if they read the words and connect them to pictures at the same time, they will learn easily. Most people in society belong to the visual group. Auditive means using the ear to relate to the world. They are those people with fine ears who hear and grasp everything. Your brain works on sounds. This means that when you think of something or remember something, the first thing that comes to mind is a sound. The auditory are usually those people who learn a language just by hearing it. Kinesthetic. What and who are they? These are people who give preference to emotions. They need to touch and be touched. When they talk to you, they take your arm. Everyone, when we are babies, we are very kinesthetic. But everyone who is, when they have a melancholic, emotional, or romantic day, hugs are definitely needed to be physically comforted. So this is just a brief grasp about what neuro-linguistic programming is, a look at what it means to be visual, auditive, or kinesthetic, and how all this can translate to the way we move and interact with the world around us. Thanks for joining us on this week's edition of Feedback Learnex. Stay tuned next week, 9:15 p.m. on Thursday.
Feedback Learnex, English Forever. Estamos en sintonía. Feedback Learnex, English Forever.